Hello, friends. This is Tony DeSant, space rocker of the planet Earth. Back again with another video. As you can see, with my Brooklyn shirt. No sleep till Brooklyn. Yeah, no sleep till Brooklyn. And today I'm going to keep going with my new vlog. The not so fake news. The not so fake news. Yeah, because we're not getting that many fake news anymore. I don't know if you noticed, but we haven't. Everything is happening in real time now. So we are living in exciting times. And you have to keep up with the flow. Because if you don't, you're going to be left behind. Of course, I got my little coffee here. And I'm going to be talking today about some real things. If you stick around, you're going to learn something today. Of course, they keep talking about the tariff wars, the containers that are left behind. Yeah. And you can imagine this, okay? You can imagine that if we, as the United States of America, do not consume, if we don't buy stuff, the world stops because we're the highest consumer in the world. So we're not talking about just one country. We're talking about a whole bunch of countries. If we go down, it's going to be a ripple effect where everybody's going to go down. Why? Because we are the ones that control the world in that sense, in the economic sense. So, let's say they have these negotiations with, they're saying they're having these negotiations with China right now. The United States and China having negotiations now. And they're going to try to come to an agreement. Meanwhile, the things that are left in those containers are staying in those containers and they're not getting to the place where they have to go. And that's going to create a gridlock. That's going to create a mess. That's going to create a backlog. That's going to be like you order stuff and they say, oh, we have it on backlog. You remember that word, backlog? Where you had to wait for things like 2 and 3 months because they didn't have it in stock. Well, that's probably what's going to happen. But then again, the United States and the consumer right here is an impatient customer. We cannot live without the gadgets, the things that we want, and we want them now. Of course, where I come from right here is a very resilient place where we have hurricanes, tornadoes, bad weather mostly all year round. And we have to just survive with whatever. And it's one punch after the other, one punch after the other. And like it seems like we're always just running in the mud. And that's exactly what's going to happen to the world. The world is going to start running in the same place, in a muddy place, where you're going to go like a little hamster, and you're going to be like, bah, oh, I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. But you're not getting anywhere. Well, I lived most of my life. And so I'm used to it. That's why when the pandemic affected so many people, I wasn't really affected. Because I've been used to not having things in my hands at a moment's notice. So I survived. I survived very well. And I didn't have to, I could live without. Put it that way. I could live without. So if things stop, if things go to chaos, if there's nothing on the shelves, if there's a recession, if there's a depression, I can stay right here where I'm at, in this little place. And I don't have to go nowhere. Okay? And if I have to do without, I'll do without. For whatever long it takes. But not everyone is like this. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to suffer. Why? Because they're going to lose electricity and they're not going to be able to charge their phone, for example. That's what happened in my country when a big hurricane came and they couldn't charge the phone. That was chaos. If you couldn't charge the phone and your phone was dead, that was a big thing. That's exactly what's happening right now. And of course, the big guys are always looking to stomp on the little guy. And so the little guy is all of us, is the 99%. And the big guys are very few. And we cannot compete. I learned that a long time ago, and you should learn it too. We can only scramble, scribble, scoundrel, all those adjectives that you can imagine. We can only make a little borrow somewhere and try to make it as best as we can. And be happy. That's it. Be happy. Find a bunch of friends. Find a bunch of people that are like you and gather together and celebrate. Either whatever it is that you like doing. In my case, it's music. And that's what I celebrate all the time. Music, art. And I have a bunch of friends that like the same thing. And so I can tell you that I do have a bunch of friends. Either they know me, even if I don't know them, they still know me. Because I've been doing this music thing for a long time. But anyways, the reason why I'll call this the not so fake news is because it's very serious. It's not fake anymore. Okay? What's happening is not fake at all. They're not trying to cover anything up. And I'm not talking about the things that they're always cover up, like wars and bad things. They're always going to cover that up because they don't want to show us the real the real horror. But as far as the economic news, as far as all these things about prices going to the roof and inflation and not being able to buy this or buy that, or the prices of eggs are going to go to $3 an egg or whatever, it can become real. Hyperinflation is just a tip away. But like I said, these people change their mind on a daily basis. So all you have to do is pay attention. Pay attention and don't panic. Because they're going to tell you what it is. Now, they're not going to be covering it up. The not so fake news, I'm going to give them to you as they come. So far, it's stalling a little bit. Why? Because they're having negotiations. And meanwhile, while they have negotiations, we have to pay the price and be patient. And that's all it is. So with this one, I want to say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to all the people around the world that follow my music and follow my videos. I know who you are, and I really appreciate it. Either whether I'm playing pool with my friend El Papi Chulo, or whether I'm doing a music video, or whether I'm doing a blog, or whatever it is. I got a whole bunch of friends around the world. Over 80 million views and counting. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is Tony DeSan, space rocker of the planet Earth. Still living in this beautiful planet called Earth. Today. With no sleep till Brooklyn. Yeah.